We start to get things underway here. Rachel Green, 9 years old, is our ball carrier tonight. She has a congenital heart defect. So, great night for her, and let's see if it's a great night for the Silver Ferns as Tutaia gets things underway. George has to go back. Sherelle McMahon into things quickly.
Joel Young-Strong into her job quickly as well. She was the umpire that officiated in Auckland when the Silver Ferns beat the Diamonds last year.
Here's the speed coming out of the Australian end. McMahon finds Green. Cox tries to go that baseline. Scarlett has got it covered.
As you said, Jenny May, these two know each other really well. Kimberly Green, the wing attack, feeding Cox. They play together for the Swifts.
I can't run with this year. I'm going to slip.
Just the umpire calling timeout.
Yes, there's a cord that's just coming out under one of their hoardings, and the umpire's concerned she's going to slip on it. She's popped it in behind the hoardings. There we go. It's all tucked away.
So she's still not happy. We're still going to stand by and wait. Crowd's not happy, just want to get on with things. Nat Von Berto goes searching, can't find anyone in the front line.
So in the first test, it was New Zealand that broke Australia's first centre pass. Tonight, it's Australia breaking New Zealand's.
That's right, the Silver Ferns got out to a great start in Adelaide. McMahon.
But they didn't have the finish, did they? And that was the undoing, the final quarter of the match. It's McMahon looking just as at home at goal attack as she did at goal shoot.
Henry. Langman finds Van Dijk way out of the circle. Tutaia was there for George, opted to go to the top of the circle. Van Dijk with a step in.
And that's the sort of thing I thought she would have learned from in the last test, Jenny May, just stepping into that shot. The Aussies are all over it.
Yeah.
She was a bit off balance on that one, her landing foot.
And that's so important, and that's where Maria Tutaia is beautiful to watch. She's such a well-balanced and poised player on her shot. Sometimes Van Dijk just not quite ready for the shot, is she?
Great work from Langman. You also saw Scarlett coming out and looking for that long pass. So great defence effort from the Silver Ferns.
Unfortunately, it wasn't allowed to flow. No advantage was played on it.
Go Langman with that intercept.
Great to see the ball being delivered quickly tonight. In the first test, there was a lot of hesitation, right from even the first quarter. There were players who had offered, like we saw there, Tutaia offering for the ball, and it wasn't given on the first, in that first second. It's a very quick three.
Hallinan on the run.
You don't mind if it's going to be consistent.
Von Berto, great balance.
Not so for McMahon as she slid along the floor. Great defence.
Yes, all the Silver Ferns kept their players away from the ball. It had to go over. So good work early from the defence.
That's better. Good split in that circle. Maria Tutaia at the top. One-on-one defence in the back of it to Van Dijk. So here's this intercept from Henry. Gift, really.
But it was good defence. There was no space for the attack to move into. They'd filled the space nicely. Something they got caught perhaps running a bit with the attack, the Australian attack in the first test.
We just see under the post, Irene Van Dijk just doing a little bit more movement on Laura Geitz. Gets the rebound.
Well, if Irene continues to get away with that, we might see Furman come into the game a little bit earlier. Cox It's outside the court. It's the sort of full court pressure the Silver Ferns need. McMahon.
Oh, close to held.
Contact goalkeeper, penalty
And
pass.
that's the reach we know from Scarlett.
Yes.
She just needed to perhaps take her feet with her then, and she would have had that.
New Zealand.
Few early nerves from her, I'm sure.
Oh, guys, brilliant timing.
Well, it was a dangerous pass to make right across the circle.
And telegraphed. There was only one place Maria Tutoia was going to pass that ball.
Goal area, yes.
Australia, throw in.
Offside, free pass. Inside.
Good battle
Free
going on
pass
between
inside.
Green and Henry.
Yes.
Not sure these two actually like each other that much. Cox on the baseline. Makes the most of her opportunity on court. There's Norma Plummer standing up. Doesn't want to sit down. Quite animated during this series. Norma Plummer.
Yes, the most I've seen from her, actually. Oh, lovely work. Plenty of space in there. Talking with her assistant coach, Nicole Cusack, and selector.
Cole Cusack, of course, a former Aussie international.
Goal attack.
Contact, wing attack.
Very handy goal attack at that. You would have played against her, I would have thought.
No,
Jenny
no,
May?
that's before my time, Julie. Yes.
Sorry, it
I'm
was
rather young.
probably me.
Tutoia again at the top of the circle. Long shot.
Yeah.
Does well. God's got a hand on it.
I just feel like the availability inside the Silver Ferns circle is much better tonight. They're getting free, they're doing some work, good rotations.
Wing attack, remain, please.
And down the other end, the Australian attack line is stuttering.
Well, I just think that the whole full court press or pressure from the Silver Ferns on defence is better in these early stages as well.
Great pass from McMahon. Green can't pick it up.
And great call from the South African Coppers, picking it up.
Back a bit on the circle edge. Yes.
Wants it taken in the correct place.
Williams finds Langman. Van Dijk does well. And just to pull the ball in. Sloppy delivery, but doesn't matter. George got it.
It makes me so nervous, that long pass, when it comes from above the head like that. It was always going around her ankles.
Great rebound position, Van Dijk.